Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, gonna watch something interesting here. Sylvia Crystal starring in Mata Hari. Let's watch. Our movie starts in Java in the year 1909. Now fast forward a few years, we're in Paris. This film gets around. There's Sylvia Crystal as Mata Hari.
Actually, it's my friend here who's the
We also have a German named Karl and a Frenchman named Ledoux.
So what do you think of this?
At the center of the wheel of death and rebirth.
World War I is imminent.
If it comes to war, we will both have to do what is expected.
Well, Mata Hari hooks up with the Frenchman, Ledoux. And they Ledoux the deed on this latrine. Actually, that wasn't Ledoux, it was a different guy. And apparently she killed him while they were screwing.
I know nothing about this. That's her. She's the one. It's not true.
Was it an accident? So she's interrogated.
Who would want you to? Our agent was killed by a poisonous dart fired from a blowgun. Can you tell us what you did with this blowgun?
Resolved to turn the situation to our advantage. That's why I assigned Captain Van Baerling to seduce you.
There's a German on the train.
We are not guinea pigs on which to test your theories.
War is coming.
It's official. It's war.
Marie.
It's a year later and Mata Hari's dancing in Paris. And she meets Ledoux again.
I've given orders that we are not to be disturbed. I'm afraid I'm here on official business. We've met once before, at the museum. The victim of the so-called assassination on the train was seen on the streets of Berlin a few days after you left.
You were saying, Captain?
They end up sleeping together, of course. That's the post-coital cigarette.
Nothing.
And she meets Karl again, too.
Ledoux's been setting a trap for me. That's why he's been courting you.
Then why did you take such a chance today? Or is Mata Hari only a pawn?
She immediately takes him to bed, too. She meets Ledoux again later on.
Oh, you are a German agent. What exactly happened in Berlin?
They asked me, but I refused.
Did he send you here to throw me off his scent in Paris?
Ledoux brings her to a battlefield filled with dead French soldiers, which he says this is your fault because you provided information to Karl, a German.
France is my home.
You are Dutch.
I will help you, I promise. I will help you.
She's got helpers everywhere now.
Everything's been arranged. He'll be just next door.
With the contents
She's now obtained some poison.
add your report to Ledoux. To read his reply, add a few drops from this one.
Is this a victim? This guy won't be helping her any longer. And that guy's dead now too. Manuel gets into a scuffle with this chick.
I demand satisfaction.
You've had too much to
This ends in a topless duel between the two ladies with swords.
No.
Now she's working as a nurse, and she runs into Carl. The next thing you know, they're running outside, finding an abandoned building, and they're gonna bone. This guy's no more. Ledoux and Carl meet on the streets. Which results in Carl getting shot. Is Carl dying?
A tomb.
Too late, Captain. In the morning, the entire French government, general staff, leading citizens, everyone will attend a memorial mass to honor their war dead.
And there is a bomb planted in this church. There it is. There's a struggle between Mata Hari and this chick, which Sylvia Crystal's going to win. And she gets the information from her where that bomb is. She's able to dismantle the bomb, and then probably gets arrested.
Marguerite, known also as Lady MacLeod, known also as Mata Hari, Berlin to Madrid, assigning the number H21 to Mata Hari.
I am guilty of one thing alone. What I have done for love.
Amen.
So she's sentenced to death by firing
This
squad.
won't be necessary.
And that's basically how our movie ends. Gunfire. Alright, let's talk about this film, Mata Hari. It's based on a real-life story of a woman named Mata Hari. That wasn't her real name, but who was a dancer/stripper type who was basically, from what I understand, a double agent during World War I. She was working for France and then a double agent for Germany, or back and forth. I don't know exactly. I mean, this movie here stars Sylvia Crystal in the title role here, and even though this is kind of based on a real story, it's kind of a thinly veiled attempt to put a real story over a titty movie. You know, there was a lot of nudity in this movie, and there was even like an orgy sequence. There was Sylvia Crystal was involved in a 3-way with 2 other women, full frontal nudity, male and female, again, disguised as a drama, political, or I should say a war drama. And I guess it was kind of a little bit of both, but I think they were more heavy on the nudity side. In fact, there was a scene where Crystal was pleasuring herself very briefly. You couldn't see anything, but that's what was happening. Apparently the director was really irritated about that because the filmmakers, the producers, made them put that scene in there. I thought that was gratuitous, which to me is an odd thing anyway, because there's so much gratuitous nudity in this movie that what's one extra scene? I don't know. But anyway, as to the movie itself, it's fairly interesting. I am interested in historical dramas, although I don't know how quite accurate this one is. Again, I think it's thinly veiled to something else, but nonetheless, I did find some interest in it, and I was trying to, look at Wikipedia at the same time to see how much of this is real. And turns out the two characters, the German and the French soldier there, they actually were real names, real people who were involved with Mata Hari. I kind of interested to look and learn some more about this because I don't know a lot about this. But anyway, the movie itself, it's okay. I'll be honest, sometimes my mind wandered a little bit, and I got a little bored with it. But all in all, it's okay. The only real problem here is it's long. It's like an hour and 48 minutes, and this is a movie that does not need to be an hour and 48 minutes long. Sylvia Crystal looked great in this movie. I read on IMDb, I think it said during the filming of this that she was addicted to alcohol and cocaine at the time. But she put in a decent performance for what it is, and I thought she looked great because her hair was longer in this movie. In the Emmanuelle movies, I'm used to her having really short hair, but it was much longer in this movie, and I think it looked better on her. But anyway, she has several nude scenes as well too. So it's called Mata Hari. It's available on MGM. This is an older DVD. It's actually got the widescreen and full screen versions on this, so this goes back to probably the early 2000s or so. I picked this up recently. I think this runs maybe $15 or so in that range, but it's a decent film. It's a movie that I had on an EP VHS tape back in the late 80s, early 90s also. So I think this is actually the second time I've ever actually watched it from front to back. So anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. We will discuss the real life Mata Hari.